tarpaulin, and then made my way down the sloping lawn. Before I left the garden, I turned to see the house once more. There was a light on upstairs. Hurst's daughter, Rebecca, was framed in the yellow light of her bedroom window. She had been about 15 or 16 back then. She was pretty, long black hair, and very blue eyes. She was staring at the water of the swimming pool, and when she saw me looking up at her, she smiled sweetly. Then she turned away, but you could tell that she'd been crying. Powell was waiting for me in the car in the gravel driveway at the front. The ambulance was gone. It was the end of a long, dry summer, and even then, in the growing dark, it was almost as if you could feel the plants waiting for that first thick black drop of rain. Everything was quiet and still. I got in the car, slammed the door, breaking the silence, and we started the drive back to the station. Part 1. 5 years later.
December 2002. Graves arrived in Moreton-in-Marsh on the 9:53 train from Oxford. He was surprised to see that it was actually quite busy, and there was a market in full swing. Trellises were laid out all along the centre in uneven but well-spaced lines. Extra plastic chairs, which looked like they must have been commandeered from the village hall, had been placed near the bus stop, and there were 3 coaches parked along the side of the road. The market seemed to sell just about everything: cheap jewellery, watches, leather goods and bin bags, brooms, hats, bath rugs, jams, bags, cards. Sports clothes were pinned up on hangers with fluorescent signs covered in felt-tip marker: 2 for 1, everything for £1, 3 for 1, sale. He threaded his way through the crowds with his luggage, losing his temper a little towards the end of the street as people struggled to get past him, eager to get to the stalls. He heard snatches of conversation as he went by. The accent was different here, thicker, friendlier sounding, less distant. He crossed the road quickly. The front door to the police station led to a small waiting room, where a hefty but alert duty sergeant was waiting on the other side of a desk protected by a glass partition. Graves left his bags underneath a bench, and a few minutes later, a friendly-looking constable walked in and introduced himself as Burton. A set of heavy keys jangled from the constable's belt as he moved towards the door and pushed it open, allowing Graves to go first. Burton blew his nose loudly into a handkerchief as they walked along a brightly lit but windowless corridor. "Thought it might be a good idea to show you round before you get settled into work," Burton said. "If that's all right, sir. I see you've left your bags out there. You got a place fixed up already, have you?" "No, not yet. I'm at the hotel up the road. The Manor, I think it's called." "Oh, the Manor House," Burton said, impressed. "Well, it's only for a few days, until I find a flat or a room or something. And it was the only one," Graves said a little defensively. "I don't suppose you know anywhere. I didn't really have time to look before I came." "No, afraid not. Always worth asking around, though," he said. "One of the lads might have a spare room, or you can put a notice up in the canteen." They walked down the corridor. Along the blue walls were notices pinned on red felt, and to the left, a long window looked into the main room of the station itself. As they walked past it, Graves heard the muted murmur of activity through the glass and glimpsed a few figures huddled over computers through the grey blinds. Burton did not seem to be in any hurry. He led Graves along another corridor and then, almost reverently, pushed open the door to a small but cosy-looking canteen. Inside, a burly man in a rumpled suit was sitting over the remains of his breakfast and flipping through the pages of a tabloid. It was all very neat and quiet here, not at all like his old station. "Who's this then, Morris?" the man called out over his newspaper. Burton introduced him. The man looked at him appraisingly before going back to his paper, but then he seemed to change his mind and put the paper down. "Graves," he said. "We were expecting you today." "Yes." "So you'll be old Len's replacement?" "Len?" "Powell," he said impatiently. "Len Powell." "Oh, yes," Graves said. The man looked at him with an expression that was hard to read, but may well have been concern. Then he smoothed the paper in front of him, indifferent again. "I'm supposed to be meeting my new chief inspector this morning."